I followed my husband to work and discovered his double life. I never thought I'd be the woman who followed her husband. I used to hear stories like that and think, if it gets to that point, the marriage is already over. I believed trust was a choice. I believed love meant giving the benefit of the doubt. But intuition is louder than logic when it's been ignored for too long. My husband and I had been married for 12 years. No big scandals. No dramatic fights. Just a slow, quiet shift I couldn't explain. He became distant in a way that didn't look like stress or exhaustion. It looked calculated, like he was guarding something. His phone never left his side. He started showering immediately after coming home. Lunch breaks got longer. His stories stopped lining up. When I asked questions, he told me I was imagining things. "You're overthinking," he'd say. "You're being paranoid. Why are you trying to start problems?" And the worst part, I believed him, for a while, until one random Tuesday, when I woke up with a pit in my stomach and a thought that wouldn't go away. If I don't find out the truth today, I never will. I called in sick to work. I watched him get ready like it was any other morning. He kissed me on the forehead, grabbed his briefcase, and told me he loved me. I waited 5 minutes. Then I grabbed my keys and followed him. I parked across the street from his office building far enough not to be obvious, close enough to see the entrance. I told myself I'd sit there for maybe 30 minutes, just to prove to myself that I was wrong. 30 minutes passed, then an hour, then 2. I watched coworkers come and go. I scrolled on my phone. I second-guessed myself. I almost left at least 3 times. I kept thinking about how stupid I'd feel if this was all in my head, but something told me to stay. At exactly 12:17 p.m., I saw him. He walked out of the building laughing, not on the phone, not distracted, laughing. Then I saw her. She was walking beside him, a woman I vaguely recognized from a company event months earlier. A coworker, younger, comfortable, too close. Their arms brushed when they walked, and neither of them moved away. They didn't go toward the restaurants across the street. They walked straight to his car. My heart started pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears. She got into the passenger seat. Not even a pause. Not even hesitation. I followed them. They drove for less than 10 minutes. Not to a lunch spot. Not to a coffee shop. They pulled into a motel parking lot. One of those low, forgettable places you only notice when you're trying not to be noticed. Parking spaces directly in front of each door. Curtains already drawn. He parked close to a room. They got out together. He didn't look around. That's when it hit me. This wasn't spontaneous. This wasn't a mistake. This was routine. I sat in my car watching the door close behind them, my hands shaking so badly I had to grip the steering wheel. I told myself I didn't need to see more, that I already knew everything, but I needed confirmation, not for him, for me. I got out of the car and walked to the door. I knocked. When the door opened, the look on his face told me everything before a word was spoken. He didn't look surprised. He looked caught, like someone who'd been waiting for the moment the lie finally collapsed. Behind him, she stood frozen, wrapped in a motel blanket, eyes wide, face drained of color. She wouldn't look at me. I don't remember raising my voice. I remember how calm I felt. I remember saying his name. I remember asking, "How long?" He tried to talk. He tried to explain. He tried to minimize. "It's not what it looks like. It just started recently. I was going to tell you. It didn't mean anything." I laughed. Not because it was funny, because it was insulting. 3 hours of waiting. A lunch break. A motel room. And he still thought I was stupid. I told him to stop talking. I looked at her and said, "You can have him." Then I walked away. I drove home alone. The house felt different when I walked in. Like it no longer belonged to me. Like every memory was suddenly tainted. I sat on the couch and stared at the wall for a long time, replaying every moment I'd ignored. Every time he'd come home late. Every time he'd told me I was crazy. Every time I'd apologized for asking questions. By the time he got home that evening, I was done crying. He begged. He apologized. He blamed stress. He blamed temptation. He blamed me. He said I invaded his privacy. He said following him was unhinged. He said we could work through this. I told him to pack a bag. It's been months since that day. People ask me if I regret following him, if I wish I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. I don't, because the truth, no matter how ugly, is better than living in a lie where you slowly lose trust in yourself. I didn't lose my marriage that day. I got my clarity back, and that was worth everything.